Hey everybody, it's Mr. Awesome here, back with another video, and today I just want to show you guys how desperate the left is, and how like the straws that they will grasp, and the lengths that they will go to remain in power. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, like the videos that I've been making the past, like I don't know, like the commentary videos. They've been basically showcasing how the left is trying to maintain control over your life. Like the thing with the Sweet Baby Yank, they're trying to start another Gamergate, which they're gonna lose again because they're fucking morons. And obviously, well, they're on the wrong side of history. They're the bad guys, obviously. But see, the thing is that they're going to do everything in their power to remain in power. Be it, well, they're already trying to lock up their political opponents. They're already trying to censor. They're trying to violently attack their political opponents, which is you. If you know, if you're one of the, if you're a sane person, you know who I'm talking about. Um, so basically, obviously, the thing with like the Sweet Baby Inc. Constantly trying to push that type of stuff. They're trying to indoctrinate children. They're trying to they're trying to pervert reality into whatever image they want to. I mean, I don't know if you've seen videos about like the pride parades and stuff, the degenerate shit they're doing around children. Yeah, no, that's not like a right-wing racist, transphobic, homophobic conspiracy theory. It literally fucking happens. And you get called every istophobe in the book if you point that out. The left is trying to normalize creepy shit towards children, and when you point that out, they'll either ist and phobe you, or they'll try to insinuate that you're the creep, kind of like this moron. Now, I couldn't find any of the posts that he made that were trying to say that since I know a lot about pedophiles and all that stuff, it makes me a pedophile, and I pointed out the fact that it helps me, know who they are so I can put them through wood chippers. But apparently that makes me a creep. But yeah, he was trying to do that. I was trying to find the posts where he was trying to accuse me of being a creep, and he must have deleted them because he knew that uh, it was stupid. It was a stupid argument, but he must have slightly realized it because now he's just resorting to calling me thick and saying I can't read, even though, uh, you know, oh my god, they are so desperate for something that they literally can't do anything but just call you names. All they can do is just call you pejoratives and stuff like that. Nothing more. Either that or they'll take some study that either is not it's not credible, heavily biased, a straight up lie, or when it's an actual like legitimate piece of like a legitimate paper, or not paper, like a study, they misrepresent it until you point out in that study about it. Now, in the past, I've not read studies and I made myself look like an ass. But, well, unlike these people, I actually do it in good faith. They just want to do it to dunk on the cons, the conservatives, stuff like that. Yeah. No, they don't really care. They just want power. And we are going to make sure that they never get that power, because if they get that power, then we will get Canada. If you live in Canada, I suggest you, I don't know, you try to get a green card to get into the United States, because the United States is like the only safe haven you're going to get from political persecution at the moment. But I mean, 4 more years of Biden, and America's finished. How? Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Because just look what's going on. They're already trying to lock up their political opponent. Well, he committed a crime. What crime? He's an insurrectionist. How? Well, he incited an erection. Oh, he incited the erection, huh? I'm pretty sure every time you see a small child, it incites your erection. Fucking creep. But no, and it's like, seriously, they're trying to take Trump's properties away from him. They're trying to that entire thing, like, it's obviously bogus. It's just a political persecution. His thing is worth a fuck ton of money, and even CNN admitted it, admittedly by accident.
At least 30 days to get any of these properties sold. But the property that you alluded to, Mar-Lago, potentially that could be something that could be sold quickly. I think the valuation is something in the hundreds of millions, and I think there could be a buyer for something like that.
And that would be literally, if you're talking about doing that between now and Monday, that's picking up the phone, calling someone.
Did they just admit that Trump's property was worth like 100 times more than the 18 million that he apparently defrauded the banks or whatever? They literally just admitted that the fraud claim was bullshit. They just admitted it. They just want to politically persecute him. This is amazing, dude. Yeah, if there are people who still believe that this isn't political persecution and it isn't completely it's just completely baseless, then you're just straight up, there's no saving you. Your brain has been fried. If you even have one, it's probably not in there. There's probably like a placeholder. It's probably just like a ball of fat. There's literally nothing in there. Either that or it's a computer chip. You're an NPC. Because there is no way that you cannot see that this is just straight up Soviet style political persecution. Locking up your political opponents and destroying their lives just because they're running against you. This is what happens whenever you try to run against the establishment in the United States. I mean, it's terrifying because, like, if you're anti-establishment and you go against it, then you might end up killing yourself by shooting yourself in the back of the head 15 times and then dropped from a 7-story building, if you get what I mean. Obviously, they're going to kill you. Obviously, that one guy who was that one whistleblower for the airline company who apparently committed suicide. No, he did not commit suicide. He was straight up murdered. It hasn't been proven, but I'm calling it. It's the same thing with, like, Epstein. The last thing that Epstein heard before he died was Hillary Clinton cackling down the hall as the camera on his the camera feed just cuts off and everything like that. That's the last thing he heard. So, yeah, it just kind of goes to show that Trump is really risking everything. His finances, his property, even his own life, because, I don't know, there's been a lot of people, like, sure, some of them might be making jokes about attempts on his life, but no, there's been people who have said that they wanted to game end him. Huge celebrities, stuff like that, and they didn't get arrested, but I'm pretty sure if you made the exact same comments, but if it was the other way around, you'd be in federal lockup, which to some extent would be justifiable, but it's Orange Man bad, so it's okay. This is what happens whenever you become too tolerant to stupid ideas. It's like, you know what? Yeah, it's good to be tolerant, but if they're going to be going out of their way to put double standards in, and they will try to go after you for the exact same thing, then there's no point in humility. I mean, I'm done with humility. I'm just straight up just going to speak exactly how I want. The left is run by a bunch of degenerates who want to destroy America, and they've even admitted it on multiple occasions. They want to remove American citizens. They want to remove the power from the American citizens to vote, mainly by injecting the third world into this country in order to completely shift the voter base. Because once the illegals are allowed to vote, then, well, we're fucked, because, well, they will end up outnumbering us. Great replacement theory, racist. No, it's not about race, it's about voters. They want more voters so that they can remain in power. Because if they all vote Democrat, then, well, they will just have infinite power until the day the sun burns out. And it just seems that people just don't really seem to realize this. They might not think that that could possibly happen, but I mean, you've seen the stuff that they've been able to get away with in the past. So, what's stopping them from doing this? If we don't, if we don't vote out, vote the hell out of, like, whenever the November comes around, we need to get these people out of office. Hell, if you don't even like Trump, I don't know, vote independent, like with RFK Jr. or something like that. I mean, anything is better than the dementia patient we have in office right now in his administration. Well, technically, I guess it could be Obama's third term, because we all know who's calling the shots. But that's besides the point. The point that I'm trying to make is that they're doing everything in their power to keep the power that they have, because if they lose it, then well, they won't have it. Obviously, also they might start being investigated for all the shit that they've done, and when that happens, then well, they'll have to be held accountable. Obviously, Trump didn't go after Hillary the first time around, but I mean, seeing as what they did to him, I wouldn't blame him for doing the exact same thing that they did to him. They'll say that it's bad to go after to go for revenge, and it's like I would do the exact same thing, so I can't fault him. They tried to ruin his life. Well, they're trying to. It's still currently happening at the making of this video, but they're trying to destroy his life. They're trying to prevent him from being able to run for president. They're trying to prevent you from having the ability to vote for him too. I mean, even leftists are coming to Trump's defense, and there are people who despised him. But even they are coming out to defend him. You fucked up whenever the people who despise the person you're going after are coming to their defense. Imagine that. There was a co-founder of a chapter of BLM in Maine, I think, he's endorsing Trump. That I've never seen anything ever like that ever happen before. Obviously, I guess it could be due to the fact that I'm only 20 years old, but still, like, it's just, this is just, we live in some weird timeline where it's like a South Park episode. Or, actually, no, South Park is just like real life. It's the other way around at this point. We live in some weird times, and I want people to stay as safe as they can. Now, it's just a they're really scary times. Obviously, like, my one friend, he lives in Crimea, which is, near Russia, and apparently ISIS thought it was a good idea to bomb, Moscow, which I'm pretty sure obviously ISIS hasn't learned their lesson from last time. Well, it's obviously because America is kind of weakened at the moment because of the leadership, but, like, I remember whenever Russia and the United States actually kind of, like, came to, like, an agreement to take out ISIS, and we basically we double penetrated ISIS to near extinction, and there was like a small amount of them left, but now they're back, and for some reason they're poking the bear. They're poking the whatever bear is common in Russia. They're poking the grizzly bear or whatever. So I'm guessing they're only doing it because the world is in a state of pandemonium and they can just, take advantage of that. But yeah, they wouldn't have done that if the world was kind of stable at the moment, because they know that they would get their cheeks clapped. So yeah, it's just stay safe. That's all I can really say, because there's not much else I can really say. I mean, I'm not the most religious guy. Obviously, there will be people being like, "Well, you believe in a sky daddy?" And I'll be like, "You still believe that men can get pregnant?" I'm pretty sure one of those is more realistic than the other, and it's definitely not the one where men can get pregnant. Because last time I checked, men don't have ovaries, but they identify as women. They identify as it, but that's not the same. They cannot truly be female. And YouTube might strike me down for saying something like that, but I mean, it's kind of funny because YouTube's run by a bunch of nonces. At least nonce apologists, because get upset whenever people expose pedophiles on here. Well, it makes them look bad. Well, it makes them look even fucking worse whenever they try to silence content creators for speaking out about it. So, I guess YouTube, it's damned if they do, damned if they don't, and they sure as hell make it even worse for themselves and everybody else. So, I mean, even the current leadership has made retarded decisions. Obviously, they haven't been around long enough to outmatch Susan Wojcicki's, or I call her Susan Wabajek. Obviously, it's not been around the new guy isn't around long enough to completely surpass the stupidity of Susan. But I guess we'll just kind of have to wait, because don't ever underestimate that next person in power to fuck up worse. So yeah, nobody seems to, well, not nobody, but like most people just don't even seem to realize how incompetent and just how moronic the people in power are. It's just genuine. I mean that kind of honestly reflects on us as a species, that we let the dumbest and the weakest run, be the ones who lead us. I mean, even sheeps don't do that. Like sheep don't do that, and stuff like that. We get like the strongest and the wittiest. Is wow. It's what we should have. It's what we should do, but that's what like sheep do. But we sure as hell don't do that. We get the most frail, dementia-ridden pedophiles to run the country. Or Joe's not running the fucking country. Obviously, he's just a mouthpiece. A mouthpiece that seems to have peanut butter stuck in it, I guess, because I can barely fucking understand what he says half the time. And the stuff that I do understand of him, it's usually either divisive, racist, just plain out a lie, and just don't trust anything he says. That's the only thing I can say. The world is laughing at America, and justifiably so. It's not the American people's fault. I mean, even for the people who voted for Sleepy Joe the first time. Obviously, there's some people who had doubts about Trump, and I admittedly did as well. But that was because everybody was gaslighting me. But just looking at how bad everything has gotten under Biden, it's just, it's depressing. It really is depressing. But yeah, with all this stuff that's happening, never forget the stuff that they've done to us. Never forget the lockdowns, the destroying the economy, the racial division, the political persecution, the literally just everything negative that happened. Well, most of it happened because of them. Now that might sound divisive, and I guess technically it is, but at this point, am I wrong? Because I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm just about spot on. I mean, just look at what they're like advocating for: open borders, soft on crime policies, trying to get rid of the ability to defend yourself, the ability to speak freely. They're trying to push degenerate shit onto children. They're trying to like just do so many things. Like you were irresponsible and you got knocked up. Well, just had the baby cut into small pieces and sucked out of you. You know, it's fine. Just responsibility is just non-existent. Because people, well, it's because responsibility is dead. Personal responsibility is dead. It's just everybody wants Big Daddy government to do something for them, so they get rid of their own bodily autonomy, which is ironic. They get rid of like their own autonomy in general and give power to the government just so that they can feel better. People need to wake up to this. Seriously. Come on, do better. No, just. But, yeah, there's not much else I really want to say. It's just, I just wanted to kind of speak out my opinion. In the comment section, if you have your own opinions, objections, whatever, just go ahead and let me know. Keep it peaceful enough, I guess, but yeah, that's not really gonna stop anything, but that's all I have to say. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe and share this out. And this is Mr. Awesome signing out. Peace.